So welcome to another unboxing video from theplayersaid.com. My name's Alexander, and today we're taking a look at Guadalajara from Multiman Publishing. This is part of the Standard Combat series, which was originally published by, it's like the Gamers Standard Combat series, originally put out by the original designer, Dean Essig. So he's the series designer. This one's by Ernesto Sasso, and he designed this particular game. So this is a two-player hex encounter war game that's set in the Spanish Civil War. So just before World War II kicked off, or kicked off proper, I suppose. So this particular game covers the kind of Italian support of Franco's nationalists trying to capture Madrid. So Franco had failed to capture Madrid and had been repulsed by the Republicans, I believe, and then the Italians, who had just gone on their Abyssinian adventure and taken Malaga, have their motorized divisions coming in to help Franco, and thinking, oh yeah, we got this, and in true Italian style, bloody their noses on the walls of someone else's city, basically. So Guadalajara, a topic which we have never played anything on at all. I don't know if we've played any Spanish Civil War games, but it's one that, I've read For Whom the Bell Tolls. I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, sure. But, it is an interesting piece of history of which I don't know very much. And so I'm hoping that this game gives us, a window and an opportunity to tackle something which is a little bit different for us, at least. So, 2d6 you're going to get in the game. And we have our Guadalajara Rules. So what we're really looking at is our series rules. Series rules version 1.7. And I believe this is the same. This is from 2005, 2006. They might be onto 1.8, maybe. But the rules haven't changed that much from when they were originally made in 1993. So little series rules. Talks about zones of control, kind of movement restrictions and retreats. 8 pages. Really not. That's, 7 pages, honestly. And then you get into the game's rules, where most of the rules are, especially in this one. So we've got here 1, 2, 3, 4 pages of rules. Wow. Barely 4 pages of rules. And this is what I'm talking about. You hear a lot about SCS from me, maybe. And I love this system because 12 pages of rules, and you're into, not insignificant hex encounter wargaming. And sure, the rulebook is, just some columns, and it's all black and white. There's a few diagrams and stuff. That might seem a little bit off-putting, but man, this system is so clean, especially with, it's been around for 30 years, right? The games are so well made, and the system has been, tweaked here and there to make it more streamlined. It's a perfect level of, this could be someone's first war game very easily. It's got that, but it has a nice amount of chrome to give you good flavor, and the order of battle and the maps put you right there into it, and you're immediately playing the game. It's not a 30-page rulebook where you got to learn a whole bunch of new concepts and then don't know how to put those into action. A lot of the stuff is fairly straightforward, and I love SCS for that. So, 4 pages of rules. And the rest of this is a whole bunch of scenarios, which have all their various different setups and entry times and all that kind of stuff. Whole bunch of scenarios. And then at the end we got some historical notes, which, historical notes, I'm in it for just those. Is there a bibliography? I don't see one. Yes, there is. Perfect. You can always guarantee a bibliography in a good war game as well. That's a hallmark of a good game. There's good reading to be done if you want to learn more about this after you've kind of played through it. So, let's crack into what we got here. We have one play card, which looks like it has our division morale track on it, combat tables, tank versus tank combat, tank after combat table, maybe whether or not they can move or they break down. There's a disabled result, I love that. Barrage table, interdiction attacks. Those titles are kind of hard to read with the yellow and the white. And these are quite small. I'll be honest, that's quite small font. So just, maybe they print those elsewhere, but I'm upside down, but that's kind of hard to read. So we've got one map. Do we have another one in here, maybe? Nope. Okay, good. Ah, there we go. We do have the 1.8 rules. Nice. That was good of them. So, these are the 1.7 rules. These are the most up-to-date, I'm almost 100% plus, most up-to-date 2015 rules, which are in color, which is super mega nice. That's actually really, really nice. That's also good to know. But it's still only not a page of rules, 7 pages of rules. But it's all full color, and most of it's the same. There might be a few tweaks here and there, but, you know, it's movement, zones of control, activation, setup, that kind of thing. And this is a really, 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 this is cardstock. This is paper. That's quite intense. Like there's a bend to it because these, all right, cool, good to know. I will ditch those 1.7 rules, frankly, because we don't need them. And then the last thing we've got in here is our little one sheet of counters. Another reason I love SCS is you get games like this and Rostov, one map, one sheet of counters. It's so user-friendly. You don't get that massive intimidation factor of like 4 maps and 8 counter sheets. You don't have that in these. It's such an easy way to take a step into wargaming from other types of gaming. Love it, love it, love it. So our counter sheet is very bright and colourful. Once it's punched on the table, it's not quite as painful on your eyes. So we have we got Italians here in the green. Do we have, yeah, these look like Italians as well. Looks like some grey, presumably some Germans. We got some Spaniards in there as well. I don't know. And these are probably our, well, yeah, so these are our Spanish Republicans, and looks like little sympathizer factions as well within that, or special companies. It looks like that's the size of these. Some reserve markers are DG disorganized markers, and then a couple of different aircraft markers, which are cute as well. But that's the sheet of counters. These are printed on white core counters. We punched these. They're a little bit. That's fine. These are. I'm used to it. These are fairly standard to punch out, but. It's the little white core counters. You do get the little white tufts on them, so I'll be clipping these to get these to look very nice. But that's the singular sheet of counters. And then we have our singular 22 by 34 inch map. Alright, I think I got it the right way around. Yes, we do. Alright, we're good. And this is the map, which has a lot of terrain on it, I'll be honest. But it's a very clean map, and MMP basically does, that's their thing, is their maps are functional, typically vibrant, and what I mean by that is that you don't get like the fudging of colors and the mixing of terrains for aesthetic purposes. You're like, boom, this is the dense woods, this is a different elevation from this. This is a hill, this is a valley, this is the river, there's no mistaking it's a river. This river is big and thick and bold. It is different from these smaller minor streams or rivers, right? There's no mistaking what's what in it. Let's see. And like a good SCS game, we have up here in the corner a printed version of, what do I do with the play aid? Did I put it under here? Yes. So all of this stuff, it looks like it's all on here. Tank after combat, tank versus tank, combat, terrain effects, all of that's printed on the play aid. So someone can look at these, someone else can have the play aid, boom, done. But if you're playing solitaire, as I know a lot of you do, everything's right here for you if you were so inclined. But you also have the option to have a play aid if you needed it. A little turn track on here, looks like I've got 11 turns in this game, which is nice. It's not going to overstay its welcome in any way. Again, I feel like SCS does that well. So this is the map, and I think that's the last thing in here. Again, I can't speak highly enough of SCS, the Standard Combat Series, because it's such a nice way to not only get into wargaming, but also maybe to explore a different topic. Because I know this system, I'm going to be able to jump right into this game. And jumping right into this game means I'm immediately just kind of getting right into the thick of learning the tactical situation, learning who was there, the units, getting into the history and the simulation and the meat of the game, instead of having to learn a trillion extra rules to map this specific thing that happened in this specific theater. I think series games are nice for that if they work well, and SES is it's a divinely elegant series, and it's so easy to pick up and learn, and it's easy to teach as well, that it lends itself to doing topics that I've never played a game on this. There's a million Bulge games, but I've never played one on this, so I'm going to tackle this thing, and we'll get this played, and let you know how it is. So appreciate you guys very much for tuning in. I've been Alexander from theplayersaid.com.